from the hill. Pachikomo FM. Inform, educate, and entertain.
Pachikomo FM. Echoes from the hill.
Definitely, it is Echoes from the hill. And yeah, welcome back to the Diamond Lecture with me, your host, Brandon Mazumba. And today, like I promised you, we will be having the SRC President, Mr. T.Mushayi. I'm going to be opening up the mic for him right about now. President, how are you?
I'm well, DJ Mambo. Thank you very much for having me on this platform.
Definitely, man. We are so happy to have you here. It's been a long time coming. Since very last
long.
year.
Yes, very long.
Now president has to come.
But I'm here now.
But you're here now, and that's what matters, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you to everybody who's tuning in. You know, to start this conversation on the record, my results are good on us. People will be waiting for their, you know, have been waiting the whole vacation for their results. What words do you have to say to the student board, student fraternity, everybody who's waiting for their results?
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate the student fraternity for undertaking their exams successfully. I hope that we get a high margin, a high pass rate, each and every individual, and I wish the best to each and every student.
That's true, man. Wish you the best to each and every student in your examination results, which are gonna be coming out probably today or this weekend that we're getting into. To get into the matters of the day, it's been over a year now, and you've been in office for over a year now. How has been the journey for you? The whole year, Urimu office as the leader of the university. Actually, you're the leader of the students because the university is about the students. How has it been so far for you?
Okay, answering your question, I believe that my story is similar to one of David in the Bible. But the question really is not about me, but it's about the students. You understand? How has been the journey for 24,000 students which I represent?
Yeah. And
then I will have to say that I myself, I believe in a philosophy which was developed in 1849, whereby we talk of a good government is one which governs the least. What am I trying to say? Or what can you take from that? What I'm trying to say is that there has to be a balance of power between the student government and the student itself. I'm not trying to eradicate the whole government system whatsoever, or to contradict with the paradox of chaos and order. But what I am trying to say is that students themselves have the power. Do you understand what I'm going through?
No, make me understand. I believe also so many people out there would want to understand, because Patango was my paradox of power and chaos. Can you simplify for the ordinary part one student out there who's listening right now?
Okay, what I am going through is that when I say that a good government is one that governs the least, I'm trying to say that as an individual, each student, we are intellectuals. We have a mind. We know how to differentiate what's wrong and what's right. You understand? So I or we, as the student government, should not interfere with the daily lives of students. Do you understand?
I get that.
You get what I'm saying? I hope you're following.
Yeah.
So what then happens is that we, as a government, we give power to the people, right? That is why you see that ever since I got in office, it has not been about radicalism, but it has been about engaging with the people and listening to what the people want, what the people need. So therefore, we have had 0 demonstrations on campus. Why is that? Because I am not gaslighting the people. You understand? I am giving the people their voice. Their voice, I'm hearing that voice. I am merely just a servant. I am not the master of the student. You understand?
You highlighted a particularly important aspect in terms of the terms that you just raised right now, that you're a different type of leader who is different from the caliber of leaders that the university has witnessed over the past years. But wouldn't that if somebody who's listening to us right now and this person is from the old guard, wouldn't he be like, these boys have just reduced university to a mere environment where it's just book and study and there's no radical political engagement in terms of their, conduct of business in university?
Okay, I have a question. Where does radical political engagement get us? We are talking of development as an institution. We want to grow our institution. I would say that companies and attachment were now afraid of University of Zimbabwe students because they were afraid that if you say no to them, what will they do? They will start making noise. Definitely. So why shouldn't we sit in a room and have a constructive dialogue with the responsible authorities? You understand? To get the favorable or the positive outcome which we want as students. You understand? There are many ways to kill a cat, and there is a way to kill a cat which is right,
which is not the hard,
you understand,
and, difficult way.
You understand?
I'm getting it.
It might seem hard, but we are all intellectuals. When we sit in this room, when I'm sitting in this chair and you're sitting in that chair, when I talk to you, I cannot lie to you in something which you know is right or wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that our voice is heard, but our voice has to be heard the right way.
The right way.
The right way.
So basically we are saying your term of administration was different in the sense that you had to pacify the environment and inculcate that idea in students to say no, it's not always about being radical in terms of addressing your challenges with the administration. Things have to be solved amicably, peacefully, on a dialogue basis.
Definitely.
I like that, man. I like that. So insofar as your term, as president, we understand there's been a lot of issues and students always, they face different issues, whenever issues, accommodation, registration, security issues. What key issues can you say, from our administration this whole year? These were the main 2 or 3 issues that we were able to pick out and notice, and we have addressed these issues in such a way.
Okay, allow me to be vulnerable to my student community so that they know that whatever they're feeling, I am feeling too. We are walking the same path. I am also a student. So I face these issues
as well.
You understand? So I would like to say that there have been issues, well, first and foremost, to an A-level student, someone who recently just passed their A-level and are looking to come to university. What I would say for any university student in general, I think they would agree with me when we say that college life is not as picturesome as we imagine it to be.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's a different environment altogether.
It's different. I'll try to relate. As I was in Form 6, I used to watch a lot of college movies, college series, the likes of Grownish, All American, and I was like, this is going to be my what?
The
my
type of
college
life.
This is
college.
What I am going to encounter
when I get to college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you tend to see that things are different, and I think that is for every student. We face a different type of hardship, especially number one, what I would like to aim at is the issue of mental health in students. Number 2, we talk of financial constraints. Okay. Then number 3, we talk of academic challenges.
Yeah.
Those for me are my 3 challenges. Right. Then going on now into detail about these challenges, you would find that there is a lot of pressure. You understand, to students. Social media pressure.
Yeah, right? And that's true.
Academic pressure, right? Financial pressure. All those pressures lead to the intellect, to the mind, right? Therefore, is the mind so strong to bear all those hardships? You understand? It becomes hard. You need support. You need moral support. You need mental support. So mental hardships is something that I believe each and every student can relate to when we talk of those issues. And I'll tell you about how we tried to tackle the issues. But then we also go to financial constraints.
Yes.
Right. When we talk of financial constraints, we talk of the hardships to pay tuition and accommodation, to actually have enough pocket money to fend for yourself on campus. I'll tell you that living on campus or being a student is very much expensive.
That's true.
You understand? You're a student yourself, you understand that. So what do we then need? We need solutions. We've identified the problem. We need solutions. Which solutions do we have? Currently, we have the work study program going on. But is it enough? The numbers, are they enough? Right? So what we would like to see is the work study program at least having about more than half the population here in the institution. Over, at least if we have 10,000 to 12,000 students on the work study program. But then now we need investors for that to be possible.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And if there are any investors listening, I believe that we really need your help as students. But now I need to also walk you through the corridors of my intellectual labor, right? My intellectual thoughts. What I mean to, as you had said, that to in general,
yeah. And listeners,
I want you to walk in my brain, the way I feel, my philosophy works, right? So I've been paying attention, and I was thinking that maybe it is now time for the Second Republic to reintroduce the student loans and grants.
That's true. It's something that I think it's being a bit neglected or not being paid particular attention to, but it's something that is really critical in this country for students.
Why do I say that? You understand? Why do I say that we need those student loans and grants? Okay. In the development, in the manpower development, in the Manpower Planning and Development Act, right, Chapter 14, it is stated, right? But why was it circumvented? You understand? I believe that as a student, right, in the philosophy, following the philosophy also of the Chancellor of the institution.
Chancellor is excellent.
Yes, excellent. He always says we have to invest in the youth, right? And investment in the youth is an investment in the future, right? What we want as students, as I will tell you that we as students, if we are properly equipped, we are going to grow this economy, right?
Yes.
We are going to develop this nation. After I finish my degree, I'm not going anywhere. I want to grow my nation. You understand?
You want to contribute
I want
to national
to contribute.
development.
You understand what I'm talking about? So now then it comes to a point whereby we're saying that iwundu and chimurenga chepfungwa. That's what
Chimurenga
do you
chepfungwa.
understand what
Yes.
I'm saying? So we as students, we believe that we are soldiers, intellectual soldiers of our country. Look now, when the soldiers are being taught or are being trained, you understand, they actually are paid. When nurses are being trained, they are paid. Why isn't it that we as students do not have that privilege? You understand?
To have some grants.
To have some grants, because I, being a student, right, I am an asset to this nation, right? I believe that I can contribute, I can transform, and I can progressively change the narrative, because what the wisdom that I'm inquiring right now, the knowledge, right, the innovation,
The particular skills that you're getting right now.
skill set, I can use it to grow my country. And that is my thoughts on the issue of financial constraints. That we need to bring back student loans and grants.
Definitely. I like that idea. And in case, somebody in our administrative government is listening or is watching right now, it is something that we should actually start to initiate, and collectively as students also advocate for, to say, no, if this program used to be there, why can't it be brought back right now again? And then we have the same. Now, coming to the issues of mental health you just raised, there's been a lot affecting AMA2K, because right now they're the majority in universities. Right now, people from, let's say, from 98 to 2000 or 2005, thereabout. And recently we've heard reports that somebody at a particular university in Zimbabwe committed suicide because of mental issues she could not, continue facing, because she was dating somebody and certain things happened. in your administration, what kind of facilities or setups have you come up with to say no, we need to address these issues? Because here at the university we haven't had such an issue though, but preventive measures that you've put in place to say let's avoid this way and this way.
Okay, that's a very good question. What I would like to address is that first and foremost is to look at the problem or where the problem is being derived from, right? The mental health issue, when I look at it from a personal point of view, I feel like social media has been taking a big toll onto the issue. It's been escalating the issue too much, right? Because social media is portraying a lifestyle which a lot of us are trying to meet, but we cannot achieve that lifestyle right now. You understand? So then we tend and we give in to the pressure. You understand? The same as there's Valentine's coming up on the 14th. Right?
Yeah.
Then you end up seeing someone buys his girlfriend flowers with $1,000. You understand? Or someone buys his girlfriend the car. Someone buys his girlfriend the phone.
Yeah.
You understand? And then
somebody just sends a "I love you" message.
Yeah. So it then becomes difficult for the girl to tend to accept that "I love you" message just like that. You understand? And I feel like no, you're not doing enough. But you have to see, is your man getting that enough money as of yet to give you what you want? And then you find out no, he's not, he's just a student. His parents actually pay the tuition and the accommodation fees. What only he can provide for you is probably a lunch date at most, if he does, if his finances are well at that moment. So you see, we should not tend to give in into those pressures, right? How then now do you address the issue? You have to talk to someone at the end of the day, because it's a battle in your brain. You have to let someone in. So how then as a student government do we advocate or do we address these issues? All right. As campus was opened, we tried as much to work with the clubs here. I think the institution has over 200 clubs. You understand? Which people could.
So the Student Affairs Division.
Yeah, under the Student Affairs Division, which is headed by Dr. Kwaramba, the Dean of Students. Yes. There is also a department within that department, which is the counseling services. Okay. So we now advocate for students by telling them, no, you need to talk to someone. We have made platforms available for you. Go to platform A, B, C, D. Talk to someone. Learn from that someone. You're not alone in this journey that you're walking. And that is at most what we can do as students here at this institution. To know that we have issues and to know that if you talk to someone, we can conquer these issues together as a united front in this student community.
That's nice, man. I like it. In case you just joined us or you are joining us, it is Pachigomo FM 98.6 with me, your host Brandon Mazumba, also known as DJ Mambo, and I have the SRC Student President in here, Mr. T.Mushayi, who was just giving us some hints on some of the achievements and developments that they have been doing and some of the progressive steps they have taken to address student issues on campus. President Mushayi, I've heard recently there was a circulating, I can say, memo from your office, which was saying that there is a first mutual aid item. I think it's about a medical aid for students that has been going on in the circles. Would you mind sharing more about that? Is it first mutual aid or what is it about?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I've been getting that question a lot in my inbox. People are trying to understand what is really going on. And I understand the first why people really need to understand, because people have been paying a certain amount of medical aid under their tuition fee. You understand? And it has been going to medical aid, which is SIMA's medical aid. And I believe that each and every university student who has registered was receiving an email from SIMA's at the end of each month. You understand? But above all, were we getting the service
But
that
what,
we were paying for?
weren't like people getting assistance at the clinic?
You should understand something, what I'm trying to get to. Proper health security is one of the key pillars to a successful institution. You understand? Each and every student should have that right to a proper health. You understand? So what we are talking about is that as a student, as an individual, I believe that when I get my card, right, what do I need? I have to go and see a specialist, right? That's my medical aid.
Yeah.
Right? I should have that right to go and see a specialist, right? I should have that right to get prescribed drugs. You get what I'm saying? And also, even when we are closed on the semester break, I should also have that right to go to a hospital whilst we are on the semester break
And get medical assistance.
You understand?
So you're saying that it extends far than just being at that clinic and getting maybe paracetamol and just a general check here, BP, which people are mostly used to.
You understand? That is what we call proper health security, right? So I'm very optimistic. The decision is yet to be announced, but I'm very optimistic, and I hope that at the beginning of this semester, First Mutual is the one which we will be using.
That is nice, man. I like it so much. So right about now, are there any other student-led activities from your administration that are coming as we are heading into the new semester? Actually, we can officially say we are now into the new semester. Just that general business, but already the university is functional. Any programs that you have lined up for the students for this February up until June semester?
Yes, there are a lot of programs, but you should understand that I do not know when my term is going to come to an end.
We are going to get to that issue of the term of office very, very soon. Yeah.
Yes, I've done my part, I've done my duty. But as long as I'm still the president, I have to still keep planning ahead. You understand? So yes, we do have programs that are lined up, but are subject to approval, obviously, by the Student Affairs Division. But what we're looking at the constitutional review. You understand? There was once a SRC president who once lied to the students that he is going to do a constitutional review
to amend the students'
to amend
constitution.
Yes, it is well outdated.
It is I think it's a particular issue that we need to pay also attention to. Yeah, in as much as previous presidents and administrations have come over the past years. I was lucky to be in an administration from 2019 to 2021 as a Secretary General, but I felt like we didn't do much to actually amend some of the things, because as law changes, as time also changes. And I feel like right now, as you're saying, it is high time that we now, amend it to the needs of the current environment that we have on campus.
That's very true. That's very true. One of the amendments I look at, which we need to incorporate now, right? We need women in leadership, and that has to be constitutional. You understand?
Yeah.
Not that I want to impose that a student who is a girl, who is a woman, should attain a VP post. No, I'm saying that at least there has to be representation of both genders that is integrated into the what? Into the constitution. Then we also have to look at disability students, right? They should also be protected by the constitution.
Yeah.
They should manage to have seats, not just a seat, but seats into the SRC office. So
both
that
in SET and in SRA.
That is my thinking. Because we want to promote equality on campus, right? A conducive environment, whereby we're talking that everyone, male, female, right, disabled or not, everyone should have the right to lead and represent the students.
Yes. I like that. So right now, I don't want to come to the issue of the term of office yet, Because I know so many people out there, they're actually waiting on it to hear but looking ahead, what changes or improvements do you hope to see on campus, generally on the general ambience on campus, which you would say if the university was also to do this and indulge in this and engage in this, it would also market the university itself to people out there so that they don't think of leaving the country and say, no, I don't want to learn it, use it. I want to go, University of Cape Town, I want to go to University of Joburg, but they will actually be proud to say, no, I'm going to the University of Zimbabwe and study my degree there.
Okay, I as an individual, I'm a member of the University of Zimbabwe Senate. Okay, I'm also a senator here. I'm also a member of the University of Zimbabwe Council. You understand? So when we sit for these meetings, recently when we sat for a meeting, I understand that another issue which the students really want answers to is the issue of Wi-Fi connectivity. Am I right?
Yes, that's true.
Yes. And I would like to tell them what I was told in the meeting by the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Maki. He emphasized that no, equipment for Wi-Fi, after all this advocacy, is now here at the institution to be bought.
That's nice.
You understand?
That's nice.
So I believe that is progress. You understand? When I look at him, I see progressive leadership, and I'm also glad to be learning from such a man. You understand? So I believe that as soon as the Wi-Fi connectivity issue is handled properly, I believe now that students can also not fast into the library, but also work from their hostels. You understand? Yes, that is one of the issues. Then we have to go into the sporting sector.
Yes.
You understand? I believe that there are changes which are to be made, and our sporting sector is going to improve. Our teams are going to be well financed and be supported by the institution.
That is true.
So
that is nice.
We are going forward, right? We are leaving no stone unturned.
And we are leaving no one behind. Agenda 2030. That is actually a good thing to note, because I feel that there's a lot of talent here at UZ. There's this particular point in time where the students were on orientation, and different sporting clubs was calling on individuals to come and participate and take part in different sporting disciplines. I noticed that there's a lot of talent, but we also need to fully appreciate that talent so that we motivate these youngsters to say, okay, if you come to learn at UZ, you have not easy access, but basically something that will catapult you to be close to be playing for Dynamos. If it's soccer, if it's basketball, you'll be having, at least a clear path to say you can interact with other basketball legends in Zimbabwe out there. If you're a cricketer at UZ, you should be able to have access to say, okay, the Zimbabwe national team is playing. You also have access to go and see people and interact with them whilst they're playing, be it Kuarare Sports Club or whatever, so that it can motivate these young guys to take up these sporting disciplines and contribute to the development of the country.
Yes, very much. And we also, as an institution, have to upgrade our sporting facilities.
That's true.
The swimming pool, the gym, the cricket courts, you understand? We need to upgrade those. And I believe that where we are heading now, there is some information which I cannot disclose right now on this interview. But I'm telling you that we are heading towards greatness as an institution.
That is beautiful, man. You are tuned into Pachikomo FM 98.6 with me, your host, Brandon Mazumba. In studio, I have the University of Zimbabwe's student representative committee and council, SRC President Mushayi. President Mushayi is in studio. Don't you dare touch that dial. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with more just about now. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back.
Now is ultimate power in the universe. Pachikomo FM. Inform, educate, and entertain.
Echoes from the hill.
Johnny, what did you? What did 98.6?
Ah, okay, but
98.6. Half the music.
Welcome back to Pachikoma FM, Echoes from the Hill 98.6. And yeah, we still have the SRC President T.Mushayi in studio. Now I'm going to open the mic to one of our first year students, law students in studio, Hillario Jnr Chimbarami. Yes, Hillario has a question particularly, addressed to you, Mr. President. Hillario.
Mr. President, how are you?
I'm fine.
I see. I've seen last year you've been to Azerbaijan. Is it something to do with climate change, right? So my question is directed to you. How have you been addressing the issues of climate change here at the University of Zimbabwe? And coming from where you have been in Azerbaijan, it seems that you have been addressing these issues nationwide and internationally. So I want to know which steps you have taken to address the issues of climate change.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very fair question. I would like, first and foremost, I would like to appreciate the Ministry of Environment, Climate and Wildlife and the government of Zimbabwe for giving me an opportunity to travel to Azerbaijan for COP29. It's called the Conference of Parties. It's the biggest climate conference in the world, internationally. And I can say that I am proud to be there. Why? Because I believe that I was the only student leader who was there present at COP29. Right? How then did I get where I am now in this climate scenario? I would have to say that I've been working hard in terms of climate advocacy, right? Because you tend to see that a lot of youth, a lot of students do not really understand what climate change is, right? People just know the surface. They don't know how it's affecting the economy of the country. They don't know how it's affecting the nation at large. You understand? So climate change now, to me, is a subject which I really want each and every student to engage in. So we've created platforms. I have an organization which has over 1,000 participants, which is called Climate Control, which is for students and youth. But then not only over 1,000 here at the University of Zimbabwe, but I'm saying that we have also integrated that organization in other institutions as Tier 1 and the likes. But we also want to grow it to be a nationwide institution whereby we sit as students, we sit as youth, we discuss climate change, we discuss how best we can aid, right, to fighting the climate battle which we are facing as a nation, as a region, and as the whole world at large.
That's nice, man. Thank you so much, for addressing that issue of climate change. And climate change is actually affecting a lot of things, be it crop production, a lot of things that have been affected by climate change. There's a lot of flooding also that is happening, unprecedented rains that are just coming out of nowhere. So, and it's a really topical issue to address. Now, coming to the juice of the matter that many people have been waiting to hear about the election that is coming. We don't know the date yet. Nobody knows the date yet. How are you feeling now that your term of office very soon will be coming to an end? Do you feel good you've contributed enough to the university? What's a general, feel about your term of office right now?
True.
And what would you want to see from the one who's coming on next to take over the reins of power and administration?
Okay. Well, I would like to say that a good dancer knows when to leave the stage, right? But then it's an issue of how myself as an individual I feel, right? That is what the question you're asking, right? So I would have to say that as an individual, I'm very ecstatic. I'm very happy You understand? I believe that I've given it my all.
Yeah.
You understand? Student issues have been, I don't want to lie, they are very, it's a very draining road.
And sensitive.
You understand? But it's fulfilling in a way. You understand? I felt that was my mandate the day I set foot in office, the day I was elected, that I have to represent each and every student, be it race, be it religion, be it affiliation. You understand? I am the president for each and everyone. You understand? So when I look at matters, I have to look at them at an equal stage, in an equal lens. You understand? So I feel I have done my part. You understand? Especially when it comes to unifying the students. You understand? Because
you came in as an independent for Gapina. And I believe that has helped, unify. Because, from another angle, I feel like it was high time that we needed somebody a bit impartial who would just come and unify the students. In as much as we have unions because it's political ground, it's healthy to have that political contestation on university, because not everybody has the same philosophical beliefs and ideas and subscriptions. So from my side, I believe the fact that you came in as an independent, you could be able to say, this is the channel we are going, and that's it.
Yeah, that is very true. I came in as an independent candidate, but with time now, I ended up saying that no, there's a certain ideology or certain principles that I believe I should align with, because they are in alignment with what I want to see for the future.
Which one are those?
Those were Sikosu principles. You understand?
I get it.
Very much so.
I get it.
Yes. So right now I can proudly say that I'm a full member of Zikosu. But nonetheless,
likewise.
Yes.
Likewise.
But nonetheless, I would have to say that we as students have to unite for one common cause, right? And that cause is for academic freedom. You understand? That is where we want to go. That is what we want to achieve as students. But then going back to your question now, of you said the candidates, what I would like to see from the candidates.
Because in law campaign.
Oh really?
Because I believe you've done a good job, and I wouldn't mind having the university students getting me into office to advocate for their wishes. It's something I've been in office before as an SG, so I don't think it would be a bad thing to campaign, get in again and say, no, let's now push this agenda as well as students. Let's get the academic freedom you are saying. Let's address issues to do with health, issues to do with financial freedom, mental health, issues that have to affect the daily lives of students. For example, in terms of financial freedom, like you were saying, there are a lot of students actually that live on a basic amount of money on a daily, and this takes a toll on them, because on campus there are a lot of pressures. Now we need to come up with ways to see how we can economically empower as well those students, because imagine my lectures are not paid na 4 or 5 or 6 depending, but we have enough time, even 2-3 hours, to say, Kana Ori Baba, man, let's get you something that you can do for the next 2-3 hours that can generate a few bucks for you, 30 bucks, 20 bucks a day. It will be something that can get you through the day, that can get you through the week. At the end of the month, our channel moms could tell you, but your moms and good scanner. If you're someone who's selling mabero, we come up with a university fair during the weekends. When we end up ground, people go there, university students exhibit, different type of stuff that they're selling in Coco. Then life goes on, people also get economically empowered. So I just feel with it, given the opportunities, they must students. It would be nice.
Mambo, I feel like you've read my manifesto. Because I, as an individual, when I got in office, those were one of the pillars. You understand?
I had to read.
To make use of the student union building. You understand? That space, we can make it work for the students at large. You understand? Students can have their saloons, barber shops. You understand?
That's true.
Tuck shops and the likes. Students can start to make income. We can start encouraging students to open companies and you have to look for investors, loans to start their businesses, right? But it's not everything that we desire that we get.
That's
you
good
understand?
actually.
We advocate for some things, but probably time might be a factor in contributing to this. But I would love to see the continuity in these ideas, you understand? Because nowadays it's a
Don't worry, President. I'll continue.
Because now it's a matter of ideas. You
That's
understand?
true.
It's not just a matter of making noise. You understand? You have to go to the people and you have to make them believe in
the
your
idea.
idea, right? You have to sell the idea. And if people don't like the idea,
They won't buy it.
you know what? They'll just probably eat whatever you give them. Is it bread or whatever it is, right? And
When
they'll
it's election
go
day,
and vote for the idea.
that they subscribe to.
Exactly.
That is
So I believe that those type of ideas which can get someone into office. But I believe that the competition is going to be a bit stiff, right? There are a lot of students which I have seen which are really vying for the position, right? Yes, there are a very lot of students which I have seen who have already started gaining momentum, and I'm happy that there is that competition, because you know what, we have to sharpen each other.
That's true.
Right.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yes, you get what I'm saying. We as students, student leaders per se, we have to say, no, this idea is wrong. Okay, if it's wrong, how can we make it better? You understand? Not just saying it's wrong, get it out of the room. No, that is not how we should work, right? I've talked about unity, about unifying us as students at first, because that's the first step to progress. Because without unity, there will always be a fight for power, you understand? So that is one of the things which I say I managed to master as an individual. I managed to unify the students, right? We managed to put ideas in the room. If the idea is good, okay, only a good president can take ideas from people, from general people, you understand? If you cannot take ideas from people, then it means that you're not ready to lead.
That's true.
A good leader is one who has the ability to be led, right? So going into the introspecting the issue, I believe that is going to be a tough race for the presidential seat, because there can only be one president.
There's only going to be one king.
At the end of the day. But I would say go for it. Go for it. It's up to you to convince the students. I believe there are other youngsters who are coming in. Both we have one is Hillario, we have one is Alan Nyatanza, we have one is Kanengoni, you know, we have
Kanengoni Algonashiro.
Wow. Yes, we also have female leaders,
one.
you know, Ida Charumbira, Nodesha, Natasha. A lot of leaders who I see passionate, you understand? You can see in the way they do their things, when you look into their eyes, they have that passion to lead.
They have that drive, the ambition.
They have that ambition, you understand? It's always good to have ambition, just don't be over ambitious. You understand?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. It's always good to have ambition, but don't be over ambitious. Hillario Jr., one last for the road, one last contribution you have to make this afternoon, and then we wrap up the show.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say next semester I'll also be contesting.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be running for the Secretary General of Entertainment.
Awesome.
Next semester. So my last contribution, or rather a question, is as a Part 1 student, right? When we were in A level, like the University of Zimbabwe was hyped. You know, like
we still hype it.
Yes, exactly. Like it's the people's university.
Yeah.
It's the best university. But my question lies in the accommodation, the situation that lies in accommodation. I understand you said something about help, and the way we are living, Mama Hostel.
We want it to be addressed.
Yes, we want it to be addressed. Like when it comes to water, the toilet system, and even the living conditions, and also the food. We want that to be addressed. And so, because this is the people's university and it's the state university, so it's something that we as Part 1, as VK, we were like expecting, more from the university than what we saw.
I like it, man. Definitely, the president is here. Last comments, president, and then we wrap up the show.
Definitely. Well, I will have to.
It might be on anything, not
No,
just on what he said, but on anything you feel like you need to say.
I feel like I need to address this question.
This question.
Right. You see, University of Zimbabwe remains the #1 institution in the nation, right? And the #1 institution, in my own opinion, in the southern region, right? And I understand the accommodation questions because I encounter them a lot. You understand? But you should understand that we, as an institution, right, we are going towards something, right? So there are other crises like the water crisis, which they say. I would like to say that there are other causes which might be national, which are beyond the institution itself. But what we now address as progressive leaders, you understand, as intellectuals, we see that no, it's a national crisis. But how best now can we deal with it in-house, as the students here, as with our administration, which we are working with. Well, you understand. So we then come up with solutions where we advocate if there are tanks that need to be bought, you understand, more tanks, you understand, storage facilities, so that when water goes in the whole nation, we will still have water in our storage facilities, right? There is a pipe which is pumping water from the farm, as you know, right? Which is towards innovation, towards progress as an institution. So these are steps which are being taken, but what we should know is that these are not immediate steps. They take time.
They take time to implement.
But I understand the cause as a student myself, because I need to use the water just now. You understand? I need to bath just now. You understand?
Go to the lecture now.
I need to go to the lecture now.
Yeah.
But I should also consider that we are getting there. We are moving towards something. As I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're working towards it. And I promise you that this year, as I always say, 2025,
Awesome, man. It has been a pleasure hosting you, Mr. President, and thank you to all the viewers online and all the listeners as well who were tuned into University of Zimbabwe's Pachikomo FM 98.6. My name is Brandon Mazumba, and also spread the word, spread the link to whoever is in the world here, and tell them that Mr. President was in studio and these were his words. We love you so much, and thank you to the guys who've been holding the cameras behind the scenes. All those people who are international could be able to catch us online. Big thanks to DJ Scholar. Big thanks to DJ Soda. Soda Nishto. It's a soda, my guy. That's how we wrap it. And stay safe. The news will be coming in very shortly. And see you next time.
Echoes from the hill.
I